Hello, dears. 'Tis me. I'm back. I took yesterday off. Yesterday was our Wish's 17th birthday, and it was we had a good day. It was a quiet day. Nanny came for supper, and we had pizzas, and I made an ice cream cake, and he got more Lego than young man could possibly handle. So he was happy, and I cried every probably 12 to 15 minutes. I had a cry yesterday. My eyes were basically swollen shut. They still burn. You know, when you cry a lot, maybe you don't cry a lot. You know, when you cry a lot, if you're someone who cries a lot, I'm a crier. Um, and your eyes burn, like the skin around your eyes burns, your like upper lower lid feel like they're on fire. That's what I was like. And I don't know what it was. I couldn't look at him. I could barely look at him without crying, and everything he said made me cry, and every like just memory of the day he was born made me cry. Um, you know, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but Wish is autistic, and he, I guess the word is high functioning. He would have been diagnosed as with Asperger's a few years ago, but they don't do that now. They just call people autistic. Um, and he is kind of, he's a kid that hangs out on his own a lot. He doesn't have a high tolerance for other people for very long. Like, he has friends, but he's not great at hanging out with them. He usually is like, okay, I have to go now because this is all too much for me. Um, he's not really like I am, of course, very emotional, and he's very, what's the word? Maybe clinical, or just kind of doesn't get emotional as such. He kind of looks at me sometimes like I'm crazy. I probably am. And anyway, I sometimes just feel like I missed a lot, or that I wasn't able to like give him the same childhood that Lou got, because there were so many when he was little. There were so many issues with him. His sensory response, his overwhelmed response, was to lash out when he was little. So he got kicked out of autism camp because he, you know, hit another kid who was stimming and irritating him, and so anyway, he he kind of was isolated, because that's, in a way that's what we do to disabled people. We um, don't really accept them into our lives. We can say that we're open, but if we struggle to cope with someone's disability, it becomes difficult to have them in our lives. And so I think he went through a lot of that with people. And it's been hard for him. And now he's 17. He's a young man, he's going to be done school next year. And to me, he's still very much a little boy. He's still that little kid that came 2 weeks early and looked like a wrinkled leather bag when he was born, and just sort of lived in his own little world all his life. And I don't know. He's so precious. He is so precious. He's so special, and I wish I had more time. I wish I could have slowed time down. I wish they could have been a little longer. Here I go again. But No, I'm not the only parent who feels that way. I think that's any of us who have had little kids in our lives who wished we could just keep them as little kids longer. Anyway, and now Lou is 20 on Friday, so I can't imagine what I'm going to be like then. Hopefully, I got all this out of my system by then. Woo! Is this why we need hormones when we go through menopause? I don't know. Have you gone through menopause? Tell me, did you need hormones? Were you high? Did you cry constantly? What was going on there for you? Anyway, what have I done? I've made some lamps. I've played a lot with the polymer clay, just making different things. I think you've seen everything except for maybe this one, which I hoped would be a lampshade. But I managed somehow to get the tin foil trapped in around the edges of it, and I kind of had to mangle it to get it out, to get the tin foil out. So that one is not as successful as I wanted it to be. But there's the inside. It is pretty. And then this one is so pretty. So it's green on the outside, and it's got blue on the inside, and then that's the pattern. And I love that one. I think that's so pretty. So I've got some lovely things, little things made. I think I'm still on my desire to make little things binge here. I'm not quite sure what's next. Maybe lots of little flowers in pots, or maybe, what was the other thing I was thinking? Frames, mirrors, maybe? Something like that. I've been doing lots of YouTube researching, essentially, and just putting in things like DIY picture frames and coming up with ideas that way. So maybe that's what I'll do now. Maybe I'll make you some picture frames. We'll see how it goes. All right. Perfect.